Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do binding on this. So this block is one I made the wrong size for my delightful sampler. I made this one and I don't know what I was doing. I cut it all the wrong size. And I decided to make this the table topper, and I'm going to make the other one a pillow to match my quilt. So I've already quilted this same way I did the other one because I really like it. I just did white on the back because I don't plan on using the back and I didn't want to waste any good fabric on it. Pretty fabric, more expensive fabric, whatever you want to call it. So I picked this. I had a little bit to choose from. It wasn't much. I picked this for my binding because it was still the same blue. But we're going to do that. So I cut 3 strips here out of my fat quarter. What was a fat eighth. 2.5 inches wide. So I've done one here. I laid the bottom one going left and then this one going up. So now I'm just going to move this one, the one that was going up, I'm moving it to the left here, and I'm going to lay this one right across it, right here, same way I did. And I'm going to sew this way, but I am going to draw a line. I'm going to pin it right here. And then make it as straight as possible there. I'm going to lay my ruler there just shy of corner to corner because that's where I want my line. So I'm going to lay my pin there and then just draw a line. It is corner to corner, and I'm going to put a pin in this side too. Now we're going to go sew that up. I'm working on my sashing and cornerstones for my other quilt. It's there in the white, if you're wondering what that is. So I'm just going to sew this right on the line. Now I could have just used my diagonal seam tape, which I will use as a sort of a guide anyway, but I don't actually need it because I have the line. Pull another cornerstone here, a piece of sashing. I am still working on the Vienna quilt, but I took a slight break from it to get these done. Now, I'm going to cut these off. Pull these pins out. One of these was bent. This one, I'm going to throw it away because, well, not throw it away. I have a sharps container to get rid of all my bent ones. Now, before I cut this, I want to fold it open, make sure it lines up, and it mostly lines up good. So now I'm going to cut it. It lines up well enough. It's just going on my table, so it's no big deal. And I'm going to trim this off at 1/4 inch there, and I'm going to do the same on these. These I'll save because those are pretty nice pieces. Now we're going to press this open. Do a light press with my fingers there. I'm going to flip it open or over. Binding is not my specialty. I have mostly done, I think I've only done binding like this on one quilt. I mostly did the fold over binding, but I thought this is good to practice. And I can take it with me if I need to take it somewhere to hand bind it. So I've done both those. Now I'm just going to fold this in half lengthwise. I'm going to do it this way, I think. I have one of them gadgets to do that, but I don't like it, so I also don't like that. We're going to do it this way, facing me. I'm just going to iron all the way down. I won't make you watch that. I'll pause it and then I'll be back to show you. Okay, so it's all folded in half. Now we're going to bring this back over, and I'm going to start probably right about here, but I'm going to leave a string. I'm going to actually start it there, and I'm just going to start sewing right here. So let's put a pin in that. Let's use the clips. My pins aren't very good for that. So I'm actually going to, now I'll have to stop and start it over there probably, you know, but I'm going to go ahead and do my corners. I'm going to attempt it. It might not work for me. I might have to completely redo it. So to do that, I'm lining it up there. Let's put a pin in that. I actually don't know if this will work. Let's put a pin in the corner there. Now we'll fold it up. I can't do that. I can do it this way though. There. So now we fold it up where it's even with the edge here, right? So my corner is there, and then I fold it back this way. So now it's even with both edges. Now that I'm going to take that pin out before I sew it, so that'll flatten out. But then I can put my pins or clips on to go down there. Just clip all the way down a little bit. Now we're going to do the same thing again. I'm going to put a pin in the corner and lean it this way, like it's not going to affect this. So then we'll fold this up, and it will come to our edge and then back. And this is how we miter the corners. So then I'll put a clip on. And again. Now you could do this each step over there, but it's a small project, and I'm going to try to do it this way. And another pin in the corner. And I know it's folding it. Again, I am aware of that. But it will come out before I sew that part. And in the middle, fold that back, and we're going to do, let me put one right here, and we'll do another pin. And fold it, and so I fold it diagonally, so this is one straight line. And I hold it here, and I fold this right back, so it forms a little, until it's even with this one. And then it forms a little like flap here. And that's what you do want. So then I will put a clip right about there, and I'm going to leave that part open. That might not be enough space. Maybe we'll start down here. So I'm going to leave that part open. So let's head over to the sewing machine and see if this works the way I intend it. Because it very well might not. I might have to undo it and fold these edges as we go. Let's take the first clip off, and we're going to do a 1/4 inch, and I'm going to back stitch. Oh, my hand's right in your way. And then I'm going to fold, give me just a second. Let's try this. So I'm going to fold this back, and I'm going to take my pin out. And I know I need to get that to a 1/4 inch from the edge, which I can feel there. Okay, well, hold on just a second. Let me readjust it. I can feel it right there. So We're going to sew down until right about there. Okay, now I'm going to back stitch, which you don't have to, but I'm going to take that off, and we're going to spin it, and I'm just going to fold that over, and now we're going to start right here, just right across. Okay, so the light's real bright there, and I don't want to put you through that. I've shown it, I think, well enough. I'm just going to sew straight down and do all the corners like that, and then I'll meet you back over to show you how to do this part. Okay, so I've done that. Now I've seen this done several different ways, and I know there's where you can just, you know, put it inside of this one and just sew right through it, but it leaves a little hole there. I'm going to try to do it differently. So first I'm going to cut just a little piece of this off so I have this measurement, right? So then I'm going to cut, I'm going to lay, I got too much here. Let's cut this off too. There we go. So I'm going to try to remember how to do this. I overlap them by this much so I can cut this one right here, and if I cut this one, maybe I'm wrong. Give me just a minute. I'll figure it out. Okay, I think I got it. So I need to trim a little more off. Let's grab some scissors. We're just going to do it right there. Does not matter. And then we're going to overlap them. And I can see that that's right there. So what I want to do is take this. This is the width of my binding. So I want to lay that out. And I'm going to mark this because, well, I don't want to just try to cut it with scissors. I guess I could have used a ruler, but I didn't. And I'm going to cut there. If I did it wrong, then I did it wrong. I hope I didn't do it wrong. These are not needed now. We'll throw them over there too. So now I'm going to lay this just like I did when I did the binding originally, just like this. And this one, I'm going to have to put like this, I think. No, it's not like that. This goes like this, and this one goes like this. Let's pop some of these out. Like I said, I'm not very good at binding. We're learning together. I backstitch there, so it's a little, you know, tight, we'll call it. So then if I sew these together, then it will come, let me pin this. If this is annoying to you to watch me learn, I apologize, but that is what I'm doing here. If I sew that, it will come together, I think. So let's just try it and sew it and see what it does, because I usually get it backwards is my real problem. Well, it's small, like I said. Give me more space to work with. So let me pin it on the other side too. Now, I think if I sew from corner to corner here, it's going to be exactly what I need it to be. I think. So this is awkward to hold. I'm going to go sew it and I'll be right back. So that it was right. So the one went this way and the other one you fold it over to that, and then if you let it go, it's beautiful. That is the first time I've ever done it right. I also checked that before I cut this part off. And we're just going to cut just that off. We're going to iron this open. It's not perfect. None of my stuff ever is. If you came for perfection, I'm sorry. Wrong channel. So now it just pulls tight. And we're going to iron that back. It's a little, okay, it's not perfect. It's a little loose. But if I pull it, it goes pretty good. So let's go sew that down. We're just going to start back up here because why not? So I've done all that. I've got some threads here. Let's smooth those. So these are where I didn't cut whenever I was sewing around. Now, I am going to iron this back. Like I said, I've never done this by hand. Well, this is the first time that ever worked for me, but when I did do binding, I've always machine stitched it. So this is small. I'm going to practice the by hand part, but I want to iron this back so it stays pretty good. And now I flip it over, flip it all over. Cut some loose threads. And now we're going to pin, not pin, I'm going to clip. I'm going to put about 3 on each side. It is, again, not perfect, but it's only for the middle of my table, and it will be great practice. I also wasn't sure about this fabric as the border, but I kind of like it. It fits. I had to use what I had. Oh. Now we're going to do the corners. So I'm going to just go all the way down there, all the way to the edge, and then this folds over. And somehow you're supposed to get a perfect mitered corner, but if mine aren't perfect, oh well. Same thing. And I'm going to do them all uniform. So I could do it like this, but since I started this way, the top's going all the way over, and then I'll hold it there and it'll push it down. And again, they don't line up perfectly, but whatever. It's the back. What do I care? One more. And there. So this is what it's going to look like. I do like it. Nice centerpiece in the middle there. You know, so you could go machine stitch it just in the ditch right there, or I could use the same zigzag stitch I used on this, or any one really. The corners do look better on the front ish, kind of, you know, puffy there, whatever. It's okay though. There it is. I'll finish it and post a picture. This might take me a while. I'm not a hand stitcher. I do have hand issues if you didn't know. But there it is. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope all your quilting is beautiful. And I will see you all next time. Have a great day.